with due respect to sir and ma'am, I just wanted to share a few words with you all about the experience that I've gained with Talwar sir and Talwar ma'am. It's a journey that has started since 2012 August. I was lately admitted into SGGS around after a month. The regular semester was being started and I was admitted late after 1 month. It was really a very bad experience that I faced with sir. The reason that I joined SGGS was only sir. Because being a student of Solapur University, I have studied image processing as a final year subject, and with the same intention I completed my bachelor's project in image processing. So during that course I was been told like this is one of the institute where you will get the best guidance for signal and image processing. So that was the only reason I got admitted into SGGS. I was lately admitted. So it was, as I precisely remember, it was 14th of August. I was admitted on 11th of August and 14th of August was my first practical of image processing. Without any notice, I just went into the lab, I sat and I was started doing my program. Whatever sir has assigned the experiment, I was started doing that program. And just after half an hour, sir entered and he just gave a round to all the students and he asked like what is your status. And the moment he came to me and he asked who are you, I was like really shocked, and it was quite obvious because I was newly admitted and I haven't met him and I haven't got his permission to get into the lab. And I told him, sir, I'm a new student, I have been recently admitted and so I have been late into college, so I'm directly attending the practicals. So the moment he heard that words, he has asked me to get out of the lab. The moment he heard that, he asked me to get out of the lab. I said like, sir, no. He said, you just get out. I was like literally shocked, like what experience I have faced, with what intention I have admitted into this institute and what experience that I am getting. He was the only person that I was intended to get as a guide for my master's and for my PhD. So I just came out and I was like blank. What image that I have created? I don't know like what else steps should I be taking. So immediately after that practical, I went to his cabin and asked him, sir, this is the reason that I got admitted late. He said, that's all fine. But as a model, you should come to me, you should take my permission and then enter into my lab. Without any prior notice, you have just sat into my lab and you started working. So that was really a bad experience that I had and it was a complete shock. And then onwards I asked, the moment he said like for each and everything you should get my permission. So prior to sitting his lecture, I took his permission. So I'm newly admitted, so I want me to attend your lectures. They said like yes. And then the first lecture was histogram equalization because I was admitted 1 month later, so earlier prior introduction to image processing was all done. So and being a Solapur University student, I have already had an introduction to image processing. So it was histogram equalization. Prior to that lecture, histogram equalization was only a graph to me. I had no idea like what an histogram is, like how you interpret that histogram. And the moment sir started that lecture, he asked us to just take a 5 by 5 matrix and take these numbers and draw a histogram. I was like completely blank. How am I going to do that? So then he guided us through each and every step. So this is how you calculate the histogram and this is how you draw the histogram. And these are what the interpretations that you make from histogram. So that was an eye-opener. Like this is what I was really missing into Solapur University. And the moment I got admitted into SGGS, and that's why it's always a heaven for these students to stay into with such a stalwarts. So thank you sir, thank you so much for that. And after this entire experience, after that I went to sir and I asked, sir, will you be willing to guide me as a MTech student for my master's project? So he said like, let's see what can be done. So I said, this person is not going to get impressed as simple as that. So we need to prove somewhere. So I gave my 100% efforts into it and put everything in place and showed my skills of getting into image processing and how good I am into that. And I have been working on MATLAB for my bachelor's as well. But during masters, it was sir who taught us with the ABC of MATLAB. Because till BE, we were just doing MATLAB programming by using ready-made functions that were available into MATLAB. It was sir who has always insisted us not to use any of the inbuilt functions. I want each and everything to be coded, even though you're using MATLAB, even though you have inbuilt functions, you're not supposed to use them. So he has asked us to write whatever technical steps that we follow into the lectures, those all to be reflected into your MATLAB programs. So I still have those programs, right from the first to the last, and those are still into my laptop, and I always refer them. So thank you for that. And after that, this entire semester went on, and it was a time to present our seminars. As I asked sir, and during the unit test and all, sir has asked me like what all knowledge that you have gained so far, just explain me in all those things, and he has asked me to explain my bachelor's project that I have worked on image processing, and then he said, okay, I'll take care of it, like how can I guide you about how can I get you as a student. So he whatever background that he has to play, he had played it, and I'm the student of the class now. So since after that I started my career with sir, and on each and every step, what to present, how to present, he is the one who has guided me. So after my this is all, it went on, and I did my master's under sir. So it was like my time to take a decision whether I need to enter into an industry or to a teaching profession or to continue my PhD. So it was an idea that I kept in front of sir, and he said, see, you have whatever master skills that you have gained so far and whatever image processing skills that you have gained, those are good, and those are very good enough to continue as a PhD student. But it was a 1 month or 1.5 month duration where I was supposed to take a decision, because that was a time where it was the first batch of SDGs to start a full-time PhD scholars. So it was an interview I faced, and it took a long time to get the results. Just 2 months. So it took a long time to get the results. So I asked sir, this is what it is, and it is taking long, so what should I do? So meanwhile I was in Solapur, so I have approached Senior Institute in Gandhamal, and there I faced another person called Pasil sir. He is the one who took my interview, and he has asked me like, whose student you are? And the moment I said Talwar sir, he said, done, you'll get an appointment. So and I came to sir and I told him like, this is how I got the appointment. And then immediately after 2 days, the results for the PhD were out, and I took the admission for PhD, and I continued my PhD journey. So PhD journey was very crisp and clear for me, and it was sir's guidance who has invited me with the international exposure that I have got. He has helped me a lot getting into UTP Malaysia, where I was been working as an exchange student for 1 year as a research scholar, and sir has been like it was a 6 month procedure where we were supposed to get the approval within a 1 month, but it took almost 6 months. And throughout that 6 months, I remember it very clearly. Every now and then, sir used to come to me, what's the status of your MOA? What's the status of your results that you have? Like whether you got any mails, when are you going? So it was he who has always followed up. It was he who was always insisted. Director Padmare sir, he is the one who was invested. Always insisted the UTP professors to speed up the process. So thank you very much, sir, for that. And it is you, because of whom I'm standing here, because of whom I have this confidence to speak in front of all you. So thank you so much, sir, and it will always be a pleasure to be your student for the lifelong. Thank you so much.